Like I said, I'm going to try my best to see what I can do evidence-wise, because, as stated before, Morales confessed, and we couldn't make discovery. Jay's going off witness statements. He will understand what's happening. Right, Nolan, take 5 minutes to prep, go get yourself a beer and go for a piss.
Bro, I'm set. Bro, I'm set.
Right. Right, make sure you're, no firearms, no nothing, make sure you're ready, you're professional, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Alright.
Okay, on you.
Are we free to come in, officer?
Yeah, you're good to come in. I just need to take everyone's service weapon.
Yep. I don't have any.
Mine's my car.
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive about that.
Alright. Let me just take a look real quick.
Yeah, you're fine.
Alright, you sir?
No, I have no firearms. Feel free
Alright,
to
can
hand me down.
can you open your jacket to make sure you don't
Yep,
have any?
of course.
Alright, you sir?
What about me?
Can I see if you have any weapons on you? Alright, you guys are good to go through?
Thank you.
Alright, Mr. Weasel News Guy, do you have any weapons on you?
Nope, only a camera.
Alright, can you lift up your shirt for me?
On the far end, I'll be on
Alright.
this end.
Alright, give me 1 second. Alright, you can go through.
As we know, we have the assistance of the federal the federal FIB, federal inspector we got the FIB. That's it. We've got them, and if we need to, we can always call him up to the front.
All rise.
All rise. All rise.
Yes.
Good evening, Your Honor.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I'm going fantastic, Your Honor. How have you been? Right, yeah. Remember, we have the FIB to call up if we need to. Hopefully we won't have to.
Alright, one second. Let me get all my papers in order really quickly.
I'll be back in literally 2 seconds.
Alright, is everyone ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm ready.
Is Mr. Hart back? He said 2 seconds.
I believe he will be momentarily.
Alright, we'll wait a few seconds for him.
Righty, I'm back.
Speaking
Your
of the
Honor.
devil. Anywho's, today we're doing the hearing for the civil case hearing for Tammy Leopard and Officer J. Nolan.
Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Hart.
I asked with all due respect if we could name Sergeant J. Nolan by either his rank, if that's a-okay, rather than officer.
Your Honor, then in that case, I wish to be named by Deputy District Attorney.
ADA works for me, as long as he gets to be named by Sergeant.
I don't want to be ADA, I want to be Assistant District Attorney.
Are you guys gonna go? I'm assistant district attorney.
Fine by me.
Okay, for the sake of just getting this on with, we're gonna address everyone by their titles. Okay.
Wonderful.
So, Mr. Assistant District Attorney.
Yes, Your Honourable Judge. Is the bailiff all right there? He's got his hands in the air. Yeah, he's right. That's wonderful. Right, we're going for opening statements, Your Honour. Here.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So in this case, coming before you today, it's going to be quite clear cut. We're going to present some evidence that's going to very clearly define that Officer Nolan was obviously in violation of a multitude of things, including his use of force, his detention practices with my client, and his general practices around my client. Again, evidence will be presented, some fancy documents that create these loopholes for us to go straight through. Will make this one of the clearest cut cases to date. That is all for now, Your Honour.
All right, Mr. Hart.
Yes, Your Honour. Good evening, Your Honor. I apologize. Good evening, Your Honor. I would like to state, throughout the entire incident of the court case, now we are happy to proceed with obviously everything the Assistant District Attorney has to say. Although, I believe the Assistant District Attorney is going to witness statements to which myself and Sergeant Nolan over here are unable to do due to us not being able to make the discovery over the fact that his prior lawyers were too busy trying to push him into a plea deal.
Objection, Your Honour.
On what
There's-
grounds?
There's no relevance to that. It's this. All of those lawyers have both passed the bar and been adequately trained. There's no grounds for him to call them inadequate and blame that on this court.
No, Your Honor, I did not call them inadequate. I merely said that they were too busy trying to push Officer Nolan into a plea deal to which he did not wish to take. Therefore, the discovery was unable to be made.
So a lawyer making general decisions requires them to then make my life more difficult because they didn't submit anything.
Okay, Mr. Hart, you're saying like you have stuff that needs to be submitted? What are you trying to say?
There is stuff I have requested to be submitted to which myself, Sergeant J. Nolan, and the federal agent behind have seen, which does give us grounds to hand off that Sergeant Nolan is an innocent man who did nothing wrong. We have confessions, we have walkthroughs, and we have everything needed, which describes the case as a total hearsay, Your Honor.
Again, objection, Your Honour. They've had 3 weeks now to present evidence, including while Mr. Dharma has been the counsel on this case. The fact that they're only now bringing it up in court after
Objection, Your
the
Honor.
Honourable Judge Miller has stated otherwise,
Okay.
it's unfounded. There's no reason for this.
Okay, what's your objection, Mr. Hart?
My objection is the first 2 weeks of the case I was not a part of, so I have no authority to talk upon those 2 weeks. But from the words of Sergeant J. Nolan over here, who has stated that there was a few issues with the first lawyer, which due to unfair circumstances we shall not comment on. But the second lawyer, who was too busy offering Nolan a plea deal, trying to give him reasons on why, to which Sergeant Nolan has stated multiple times that he is not interested in a plea deal. Now, for the last give or take a week now, I have been a part of his counsel, his side, and we have gone over numerous times the torts, the claims, and the charges being pressed upon Sergeant Nolan, to which none of it falls under to what Sergeant Nolan had did on that day, with what I am yet to submit, the claim and the
Objection, Your Honor.
confession
One
of
second. One second.
another officer.
Mr. Hart,
Yes, sir.
you were his attorney when
Oh, yes,
Discovery
Your
was
Honor.
open.
No, Your Honor, I was not.
Discovery got extended, no?
Negative, Your Honor.
Let me double check.
I believe it did. It got
Let me
a
double check.
direct quote from Chief Justice Miller. He stated, "Why was none of that submitted over the last week leading up to this deposition, prior to me conducting the deposition to Mr. Sergeant Nolan?"
To that, Your Honor, Chief Justice Miller has seen the evidence. I'm unsure whether that he has seen the evidence. I'm unsure whether you have yourself.
I have not seen any evidence.
No, it was submitted
Submitted
over
from you guys.
to. It was submitted over to Chief Justice Miller.
Again, Your Honor, objection. That's a direct violation of discovery. It defeats the whole point, is that it's meant to make an even playing field. If he's sending it directly to the Chief Justice Miller,
Now, objection, Your
Then-
Honor.
I'm listening, sorry, I'm just reading the emails. Hello?
Chief Justice Miller asked if I could submit the evidence for him to view. That leaves him to decide whether it is whether what I had to submit would give a fair playing field or not. Again, I'm unsure if that was submitted further.
Okay, what is this magical thing that's gonna prove his innocence?
The confession of Deputy Morales stating that he was the arresting officer and he was the one who placed the handcuffs upon Tammy. And he was the one who placed Tammy in the back of Sergeant Nolan's patrol vehicle to where Sergeant Nolan transported Tammy from point A
Okay,
to point B.
okay,
at
stop.
Monroe Police Department.
stop. We're gonna finish out your opening statements. We can talk about this in when we're showing evidence. Understand or no?
One more time, sorry, Your Honor.
Can you just finish out your opening statements and then we'll further address this during when we're showing evidence.
That's everything from me, Your Honor.
Alrighty, Mr. Assistant District Attorney, you may begin. Proceed.
yes, Chief Justice. So it's quite a clean and cut case, to be honest. If we can all direct our eyes at the statements, and then if we can direct our eyes at the first one, written by my client, Miss Tammy Leopard. And then, if you also want to direct your eyes at the unless order that I had, the motion for an unless order that I wrote approximately, a week and a half ago now.
Could you do a little thing for it? So
Yes, I will, Your Honor. 2 moments. That one there, Your
Alright, I can see it.
So this unless order that you approved quite clearly states that if Mr. Sergeant Nolan does not make himself available from 3 days, the 8th to the 8th of February, which was 6 days ago, then that means that the plaintiff's side of the story is deemed fact.
No
That's
objection, Your Honor.
quite clear cut.
Objection on what grounds?
The fact that I find that unfair grounds that due to my my client's unavailability during those times leads to the plaintiff having complete fact over the case, Your Honor.
Your Honor, he had many days. I believe it was even a week between that unless order coming through and the original request for a deposition, of which I'd seen the defendant in city multiple times.
Your Honor, although my client may have been in the city, a time frame between my client and his attorney at the time could, and I'm not saying it was, I'm saying it could, have been a path they were unable to work out at the time. There again, I still find it unfair that due to a time frame my client was unavailable for to reach what the assistant district attorney is talking about leads to what his statements are as truthful facts.
Your Honor, I again bring up the fact that I've had multiple times where they've both been available. They just hadn't communicated with each other. Plus, this is a civil trial, Your Honor. He could have quite happily self-represented. There would have been no trouble with it, as he did during the final deposition that occurred anyway.
Okay, let me just look at these dates really quickly. So this order was approved on the 6th, and then Sergeant Nolan reached out on. Sergeant Nolan reached out the next day, which gives, what was the timeline you set for I set for the motion on this order?
Sorry, Honor. Can you say that again, please?
Never mind, I see it. February.
Can you magical power delete Weasel News?
No worries.
Both his first counsel and his second counsel were both available. There's multiple times where this was stated.
Your Honor, can I state for the record?
Yeah.
Now, during the week in question to which we are talking about now, my client, which was, I believe, stated, where he was going back and forth to a hospital due to a matter of personal.
Hello?
Hey, Beaver, good job on the reporting of the news. I just wanted to congratulate you and congrats on the promotion. I'm going to go ahead and forward you the details. I hear that you're at the current court case, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be there soon. We can discuss. If you want to come outside, I can discuss the contact agreement. In case you're wondering, you will have to sign a document. I see you right there. One moment.
I love my all-gluten diet, but the yacht of life is about the journey,
Excuse me.
not the destination. And sometimes you're really
I
hungry,
need to figure out the
and other
parking here.
times you're getting sick over.
How you doing? How you doing?
Good, good. How are you?
You hear about the case? All right, yeah, I'm gonna give you the logins to this. Okay, you understand that violating the agreement. It's like if you ever have any issues, like just don't crash out on me. Is basically what I'm saying. All right, I trust you and I hope you have a good heart. All right.
I do.
Only
worry.
don't
I'm not an asshole.
don't share out these confidential documents, right? And just so you know, accessing this, if you change the password or do anything, it would be handed accordingly. Does that make sense?
I understand. It would probably be one of
Okay.
those things.
Yeah, I gotta figure out what the password is.
Oh, that's not good. Oh yeah, have you seen the message about the bridge one?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw.
know if I'm allowed to take pictures in there? I've taken 2 already, but
We
I'm not
should be
sure.
able to. We have press passes. Yeah. Go grab the press pass. It's an
Do you know which one it is?
Yeah, body armor 67. You can still wear the camera too. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. This goes underneath the thing. Yeah. And if anyone asks you, you're with Weasel News. I'm gonna send you a message in the emails. Just respond yes to it. That's all you gotta do. I'm gonna give you access to the Birdie account for now, and then I'm gonna figure out the other password. Let me figure out the other one. Okay, you now have both logins. Just make sure, please, for the other guy, if you have any issues, just bring it up to me. All right, you're gonna be leadership O2. Congratulations on the promotion.
Thank you, thank you. I'm in.
One minute. All right, you have all the roles now. You have all the logins, right?
Alrighty.
If you look at the shirt roster, you can also wear this shirt now and the black color shirts, by the way, whenever if you're interested.
Is it a black one?
Mm-hmm. Just hit enter on it.
I'll do it.
We'll get you a promotional thing right here. Boom. Just stand by the van. I'm gonna take a picture and promote you for your.
Where is it?
Yep. Oh yeah, just stand in front of the van next to it and then give a thumbs up. This is gonna be your official Visa Nista. Remember, any post that you make, just make sure you put reporter, colon beaver, and then space, and then leave a gap like how I've been doing it with your name. Okay,
All right.
I'll do the same with this. Let me just promote your thing right now.
Put it in Notepad first, and then I'll paste it.
Yeah.
Wait, do you know what the status is on the application to the government?
No, we probably won't know for a while. All right, let's get in there.
A lot of cops.
We have the press pass.
That they are placing this evidence in post the third discovery date. No matter if it
We gotta go
proves
to
his
the back.
innocence or not, it's going to create an unfounded
Congratulations.
suspicion for this entire court system.
I understand, Mr. Assistant District Attorney. This evidence is not put in yet. I'm just reviewing it.
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, the video has submitted. Sergeant Nola.
Yes,
Are you okay?
absolutely fine.
Do you require anything? Water?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Lovely. Just gotta breathe.
Oh, I am A-okay.
Snacks up there.
A innocent party has got nothing to fear.
Can you have the phones on silent, please?
Just gotta breathe, Sergeant.
Yeah, let me do this real quick. Stand by.
I know mine's not gone off yet,
Chuck
but
in airplane mode.
I better
Alright,
put it
Can you have the phones on silent?
Yeah, boss.
The video?
You're good.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's necessary for me to object to it on the pure fact of straight hearsay. The way that the defense counsel, Mr. Hart, was
Objection,
claiming this
Your
to
Honor.
be. You can't object to my objection. But the way that the counsel was claiming this to be some groundbreaking evidence where he was going to prove the pure innocence of his client, Mr. Sergeant Nolan, but they've come back with a video that's just pure hearsay. There's no way to verify any of the facts in the video.
Again, Your Honor, I did have another statement by the arresting officer of Tammy, of him stating that he was the one who placed Tammy in handcuffs, apprehended Tammy, and placed Tammy in the back of Sergeant Nolan's vehicle when Sergeant Nolan was clearing the building. So,
Yep.
if Sergeant Nolan was in the building at the time shown as the evidence submitted, how could Sergeant Nolan have been the one to apprehend, detain, and or place Tammy in the back of his own vehicle?
I don't
That
think
video
there's
is not being submitted into discovery. I'm being completely honest. That is hearsay. Nonetheless, one question, Miss Tammy, if you could stand and ask everyone, why is Mr. Nolan, Sergeant Nolan, sorry, was he the arresting officer? Were you arrested by him?
Your Honor, I don't believe there's a need for my client to say that. It's been considered fact over the unless order, and the
Once again,
statement submitted
Your Honor,
already.
Objection, Your Honor. Once again, it's very, very unfair that the fact that my client was unavailable during the time of which his something order was placed in effect, that just immediately turns that from hearsay to fact.
The unless order is turned over.
Your Honor, on what grounds?
His unavailability, his.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That doesn't, Your Honor, he has been available multiple times during the unless order. I had both him and his lawyer available at the same times, but they both just refused to make statements to each other.
Are you
The
proof of
unless
that?
order, I have, just give me 2 minutes, Your Honor.
Now, Your Honor, I have a written statement that Sergeant Nolan has handed me prior to the court stating that both of his previous lawyers had ignored multiple attempts by himself to send in evidence, most likely due to the fact that they were trying to persuade him into a plea deal to which he did not want to take himself.
Okay, 1 second. Let me see this stuff for him.
And I'm sure that was also stated in the docket.
Yeah. Fuck no.
Hello.
I don't want to do that. It's stupid. We have freedom of press. We don't have to be quiet. It'll be fine.
What happened?
We're in the back. That's why we're back here. Our cameras make more noise than that. Yeah. You don't have to do that anymore. You're the code director. Okay.
So, Your Honor, Sergeant Nolan was available on the 6th.
Also, do you see that
prior
cop's
to 10
hat? How
o'clock.
it's poking through? Hold on, I'm gonna document that one. I'm gonna cover that
Mr.
one.
Nolan,
They
sorry.
need new hats. Look, his head's poking.
Evolution.
Depending on the week, yes, it is. More
Hold
than
on.
The 6th. Okay, then I have a message.
I gotta wait for it to look the
Lloyd,
right way.
at the
There we
time
go.
stating that he was available at 8 p.m. at your time zone.
Oh, look, he cleared the thing. You can take another better picture.
Objection,
Look,
Your Honor.
they removed it.
On what grounds?
On the grounds
There
of
you
that
go.
my client was unavailable past that time.
Your client just said that he was available prior to 10 o'clock. This was stated at 8
Oh,
o'clock.
You said
my,
6.
my my apologies.
No,
Yes,
on the
you
6th.
said
On the 6th at 8 o'clock prior to 10 o'clock.
On the on the 6th.
On the
sorry,
6th.
sorry. I misheard.
I misheard as well. I apologize.
Either way, both statements were said. He stated on that same day at 2:19. I've told my lawyer I'm free all day. He's known this for nearly 24 hours and hasn't responded. I contacted his lawyer at 8 o'clock when he said he had just got home from school and was free. I don't know what all day means to you, Your Honor, but to me, considering his normal availability is prior to 10 o'clock on our time, that to me would work as it being all day. I'd be happy to send you evidence of this as well. I'll put it in the emails.
Now, Your Honor, if I must state, all day does not also fall into 10 p.m. in the evening. Now, as everyone has a priorities, everyone has stuff to do, and 10 p.m. is quite late in the day, Your Honor. Quite late in the evening, Your Honor.
Again, it was at 8 p.m. prior to the 10 p.m. which your client's just stated he's available until on a standard.
Officer Nolan, what was your availability on the 6th?
On the 6th,
This is great news.
I would have been
We'll be right
available
back.
up until 10 p.m. And I do recall receiving a message from my lawyer stating that he wouldn't be available until after 11. Seeing it back from work till 11:30. I do have proof of this, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I've got proof proving the complete contradiction here. Stand by.
Well, now, Your Honor, if the previous lawyer of Sergeant Nolan has stated that to Sergeant Nolan, then therefore that must be the correct one, correct?
Say that again?
If the previous lawyer to Sergeant Nolan has stated that he'll be available at 11 p.m. directly to Sergeant Nolan, then therefore that is the more up-to-date correct one, correct?
Weapon? Yeah, go live. Yeah, yeah. You have access to the
Now, Sergeant
new
Nolan
to the.
has just stated
okay.
that his previous lawyer said he will be available at 11 o'clock p.m. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, Sergeant Nolan said he's available up to 10 p.m. Your Honor. So, if his prior lawyer was only available from 11 p.m. and Sergeant Nolan was only available to 10 p.m., you see where the issue occurs.
I do.
Your Honor, can I get
There
you
you go.
to
Thank you, Your Honor.
direct your eyes to the witness statement document, please? As I'm unable to post images
You're
into
holding
the
your
email
camera
chat.
up, by the way.
If you can then send your way all the way to the bottom.
Just press
First
type.
of all,
Use
see
your
a,
/EC
direct
muscle.
email between myself and his lawyer at the time, Mr. Zachary.
/EC
Something.
muscle.
I forget his last name. And then you can see
Wait, where
also
is it? Where is it? Where is it?
it's at the
To like
bottom of the
cancel
witness
your
statements
emote.
document, Your Honor.
Does that make sense?
I can resend
There
that
you
to you
go.
as well.
Fixed it.
Please.
Did it mention exactly?
There you go, Your Honor.
Follow me. Where's your gun holster?
So again, you can, if you look at the bottom. So first of all, you'll see me confirming
This
with
is
the
my
lawyer
Here,
at the
face the
time,
camera towards me.
Zachary.
Hey, you want me
Alright,
to
we're
keep
here
going
live
at 8
on a
p.m.
incurred court case.
And the same day, the 8th of the
Exactly.
2nd.
We're still figuring out what the case is
Nolan,
about,
Sergeant
but
Nolan stated
we are
at
covering it
2:20
nonetheless. We'll be posting more
that he
updates
is
on
free
Birdie.
all day, which we've just clarified
Watch it.
means up until 10 p.m. I think that's pretty clear cut that they were available for at least 2 hours in a communicable, I believe that's the correct word, communicable time frame.
I'm reading that differently. If the lawyer was available at 10, assuming everyone's on the same time zone, was available at 10.
He was.
Yeah.
That's 8 o'clock, Your Honor. That's 20:03.
I'm dumb as hell.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You're not, Your Honor. You're very smart, but it's
Yes, you are.
understandable mistake.
I just
Yeah,
I just
would've made the same
realized
mistake, Your
something.
Honor.
It's all right, Your
If
Honor.
you
But,
live
yeah, so
stream
as you
on
can
the
see, that was
phone
sent at 8
and I
o'clock.
open it, it takes over your live stream. Like I control the camera.
Right here, you guys
It's
have a
weird.
chance to
So I'm not
compare
gonna do
and
that.
get it.
So now we know. Don't live stream at the same time.
I'm trying to find a message from Zachary, Your Honor, but he's either deleted my contact information or deleted the email chain.
I don't see how that's relevant, Your Honor. It's clearly viewable right there that they had an availability on the date that the unless claim went in to effect that they just didn't use.
Mr. Attorney, sorry. Do you mean to tell me that you respond to every single text message and email that you get immediately?
I do, Sergeant Nolan. I do.
Instantly?
Within 20 minutes at least.
Could it not be that when Zachary Makarov emailed or phoned or texted me, I could have been, for instance, having a shower, making food, simply fixing my
Tending
car,
to your children.
tending to my children, or perhaps preparing a bag to take to the hospital for my sick mother.
Now, Your Honor,
Any-
all of these were listed under the reasons why, or they come under general expectations of when Sergeant Nolan is unavailable due to personal issues. Not only does he have kids to tend to, he's got a mother who's sick in the hospital. And at the time, he had a lawyer pushing him into a plea deal.
Your Honor, I don't believe that it's any sort of applicable for a lawyer to give his legal advice to his clients. In fact, I believe he's required to give his legal advice to his clients. And again, we've just discovered that he was available on until 10 o'clock on the standard day, of which he stated I'm free all day, which gives them that 2-hour time gap.
Now, Assistant District Attorney, was that just for that set day, or is that for every day? Because Sergeant Nolan has work, he has children, and his mother to attend to within not every day, but most of the days in the week.
Again, we have just clarified this, that on the standard day, he is available until 10 o'clock. And unless Sergeant Nolan has something that he's now got to jump out and say that was rapidly important on the 6th. But to my knowledge, I do believe that Zachary was available from 8 o'clock daily.
Hi, I'm Zachary.
Oh, wonderful. Your Honor, can we call Zachary to the stand, please?
Oh, hey there.
As he is in the stand. I believe this will clear this all up really quickly, Your Honor.
One second.
Hummer.
That's my name.
Morales is behind you. Yep, he is.
I was looking for him. Your Honor, if Zachary is able to submit his statement, I wish it would be fair for Morales to submit his statement.
Move real quick, officer.
On what grounds, Your Honor?
On the grounds of if you're allowed to bring someone up to confess their statement, I believe
Morales,
fair
get off.
ground states I would be allowed to do that
I'm not
too.
bringing him up to confess his statement. I'm bringing him up to set the record straight for the unavailability
And I could
to
also,
the
I
unless
could
order.
also set the
Bro,
record
if they
straight
ask
to
me to shop, I
prove
can't,
that
bro. I gotta go
the
mine for like 30
innocence of
minutes, bro. So
Sergeant
can you
J.
just give up
Nolan,
SOS?
Assistant District Attorney.
Well, then in that case, I have no reason to bring Zachary to the stand, as
Well,
believe there's
I
enough
still
evidence
think it's
already.
I still think it's fair grounds to bring up Officer Morales to testify his own statement within the court.
Again, Your Honor, we've been over this. That
Now, Your Honor,
there's no reason for them to submit it.
It seems to me that due to the fact I have someone to bring up to the stand, the Assistant District Attorney no longer wants to bring up Zachary to the stand. Now, I still think I should bring up Officer Morales to the stand so he can also submit his statement alongside Zachary. I have no issue with that, Your Honor.
So we're jumping around at the issue right now. We're talking about time frames and letting something be entered into discovery or whatever, right? Assistant District Attorney, do you still wish to bring up Mr. Zachary here?
Hello, I'm on the
I
news,
believe it would
mother.
be helpful to the court
Hello?
to confirm the
Hello?
availability of this unless order. But I do also believe that I've got enough evidence already submitted regarding the
Your Honor.
availability. Please let me
Yes.
finish.
Of course.
So I don't believe there's a real necessity, but Your Honor, if you wish to confirm yourself, then he is here. He is clearly
Yeah.
willing to come to the stand and give in a testimony. It's going to be quite simple, and I don't believe much time would be wasted doing so. So it's down to you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, can I
you
state
swear him
something?
in?
Sure.
What?
So,
can you come over here for me?
Sergeant Nolan has got the messages between himself and Zachary, if I'm allowed to read them out.
You swear to say the truth, the whole truth,
Wait,
nothing
wait a
but the
second.
truth, under the punishment of
You'll
law.
do that when it's your turn.
I swear to say the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth under punishment of law.
Okay, good. Your Honor, since we don't have a witness then, where do you wish to put me?
You can just stand like right there, like right in front of me,
Okay.
facing
So,
out.
Go ahead and stay over here, facing people.
Hi.
Right, Mr. Zachary, I forget your last name. Could you please just read out your full name to the court and any positions that you hold within the Department of Justice that makes you relevant to this case?
I'm currently a paralegal with the San Andreas Department of Justice. My name is Zachariah Makarov.
Okay, do you mind if I just call you Zachary?
Yes, that is what most people call me.
Wonderful. So, Zachary, evidence has been submitted today stating that you were available most of the time prior to the 6th of February, past 8 p.m. GMT.
Yes.
Wonderful. That is all, Your Honor.
I also have I have the emails here on my phone.
Mr. Hart, do you wish
I don't believe that would be
ask him
necessary.
something?
Negative, I do wish to read something out to you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Right, yeah. If I can, I will read these out to you now. On the 5th of February, 2026, at 5:46 p.m. GMT time, Sergeant Nolan states, "I am free all day tomorrow." Zachary responds on the 6th of February, 2026, at 6:12 p.m. GMT. Do you want to do a plea deal? It's in your best interest. Sergeant Nolan states, "No, it's not. No, it's not. You've not even asked me to see what evidence I've got."
Your Honor, I object.
Zachary then states,
No, you cannot, Zachary.
So Zachary states, 6, 7, 8, 2 hours later, Your Honor. Zachary states, 2 hours later, Zachary states, "Man, they have video evidence and witnesses. Are you free for your deposition right now?" The next day, on the 7th of February 2026 at 12:10 p.m. GMT time, Sergeant Nolan states, "No, you've not even asked to see my body cam footage. In the witness statements, Tammy admits theft and running from LEO.
Objection, Your Honor. We've
Like,
been
have
over
you
the
even
fact.
worked the case at all?" Zachary states, on the 7th of February 2026 at 3:47 p.m., "Then fire me, dog." Sergeant Nolan states on the 8th of February 2026 at 6:23 p.m., "You're fired."
Can you just state that last date and time, please?
Yes. So on the 7th of February 2026 at 3:47 p.m. GMT, Zachary states, "Then fire me, dog." So on the 8th of February 2026 at 6:23 p.m., Sergeant Nolan states, "You're fired."
Again, Your Honor, I don't really see the relevance of any of that, to be honest. We've already stated that Zachary was available past 8 p.m. We've clarified that Sergeant Nolan was available before 10 p.m., giving them this 2-hour window on
Whenever this
average
is
per
over with,
day.
we gotta
That may
go
have
outside and we
fluctuated
gotta
with individuals'
interview
personal issues,
whomever wants to
but
be interviewed.
on average, 2 hours a day, and they clearly had these times to communicate.
Now, Your Honor, as we started off and as we have just finished off, Zachary himself had tried to push Sergeant Nolan into a plea deal, to which, as also stated, Sergeant Nolan did not want to take a plea deal because Sergeant Nolan did nothing wrong. Now, Zachary was fired on the 8th of February at 6:23 p.m.
Your Honor, if we're going to be reading out these emails, can we at least get them verified into the court so that we can all read them ourselves?
I am more than happy to do that, Your Honor. No, everything's submitted, Your Honor.
I request about a minute or two to just go over this quickly, Your Honor.
Tell us when you're ready.
Your Honor, so if you direct your eyes to the first page of the emails on the 5th, 6th, and 7th, the middle message by emailer xblaz6188 on the 6th of the 2nd, 2026 at 6:13. He was clearly communicating with his lawyer at that point, Mr. Zachary. He was clearly communicating with him at that point. And then,
now, Your Honor, if you look at what the Assistant District Attorney is stating, do you see Zachary referring to or asking Sergeant Nolan to review his evidence at any point during that interaction?
I don't see the relevance to that at the moment, Your Honor.
Well,
I'm purely discussing the point for the deposition. I don't believe any point of the plea deal is anything relevant to any part of this case.
now, like I said, Your Honor, sorry to cut you off. Zachary is stating to Sergeant Nolan that he should take a plea deal. Sergeant Nolan states that no, he doesn't want to. Zachary hasn't even seen the evidence that Sergeant Nolan wants to submit for the deposition. That is where
Objection, Your Honor.
that is where Zachary has been fired.
Okay. So these messages are about the disposition, about like availability of disposition. An attorney can give him his advice. Yes, that's what he's paid for. He doesn't have to take it. He doesn't want to do the plea. He doesn't have to. He asked him, "Are you free for disposition?" The disposition was set on. The unless order was set on the 6th, and that was sent on the 6th for him to appear for the disposition.
Of which, Your Honor, we have also clarified that Sergeant Nolan was available until 10 p.m. on most days.
Now, Your Honor, now Zachary was not fired until the 8th of February, and the unless, well, I'm not quite sure what it's called. The unless
Objection, Your Honor.
was sent on the 6th. Now, that gave Zachary 2 days to discuss with Sergeant Nolan about his evidence to plan up and return a message to the Assistant District Attorney, to which he did not.
Your Honor, may I say something? Is that
One second.
Yes.
One second. This is about the disposition, though. If that makes sense. Like, you guys could have still done something on the back end of that disposition.
Can you please get away from the camera?
Because he was ordered to.
Thank you.
The disposition is not there for him
Ooh.
to question the prosecution.
Families on
Correct.
top, everyone. Families on top.
Potentially.
Sir, can you please step away from the camera?
Wait, what's going on
So
here?
I'm not seeing.
What's going on?
I'm not seeing the relevance.
You're a bit late. Kind of a lot to
in
discuss.
regards
Yeah,
to the.
I am. I just got out of jail.
Ordered to
No.
appear in court.
Excuse me.
No, I understand that, Your Honor. But
Can you stop shouting?
if the unless, I believe it's an unless order, or
Follow me so I can hear
yeah,
you.
the
Come on,
unless
Rick.
order was set on the 6th.
Yes,
Uh,
for him
that-
to
that-
appear on the 7th.
Yes,
By the 7th.
that
What are you saying?
that
to
is
me?
correct. Now, as we can see, Zachary was communicating with Sergeant Nolan on the 6th. Therefore, Zachary had time to respond to and/or communicate with Sergeant Nolan to discuss about this, to which they did not. Now, I'm
Your
unsure
Honor,
of why.
unless-
I am personally unsure of why, because at that time, I was unaware of the case. But throughout that time, shouldn't it have been in Zachary's duty or his due diligence to communicate that, the unless order, and figure something out, or at least have reviewed the body cam footage of Sergeant Nolan?
Your Honor, I'd just like to state something to the court, that Mr. Hart was aware of this case from at least 3:12 on the 6th, where Sergeant Nolan stated, "Instead, could I select my own private counsel, i.e., someone without the DOJ? If so, I do have someone lined up." He was referencing Mr. Hart there, so I just
And
like
how
that to be
can
known
you
to the
prove
court.
he was referencing me?
He
That is,
states it
Your
about
Honor,
2
objection.
seconds
That is
later.
straight hearsay, Your Honor.
Yeah, Your Honor, it's stated about
Your Honor,
2
that is
2
clear
sentences later.
hearsay. Absolute clear hearsay.
I'll read the entire thing if you wish.
1 second. 1 second. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Actually, continue. I lost my train of thought. Go ahead.
Anyway, Your Honor, basically, I'm just stating that Mr. Hart was
what was
aware
going
of
on
this by the 6th at
Oh, yeah.
roughly
I
3
remember.
o'clock.
Sir, I need you to
It's
step away from us,
referenced in
please.
the,
I'm not
civilian
here
news
at
chats,
disclose anything right now.
on the 6th. I can reference that conversation.
You're gonna have to find out
No, it's-
afterwards. They're gonna
no,
release the
Your
documents
Honor.
afterwards.
Wait,
Just
Mr.
give
Hart,
me
1 second.
like, what is the crime? Like, what's going on?
I mean,
Is it
Sergeant
suing or
Nolan,
something?
were you informed about this order?
It's again, it's a whole process.
By my lawyer, no, I was not. By my lawyer, no, I was not, sir.
What day were you informed about this order?
I was not, and I was not informed of this order at all until I personally have a chance to check the court docket some 3-4 days later.
Your Honor.
So
Mr.
I
Zachary, yeah.
completely missed this, and I can only apologize for that. Maybe I should have taken it upon myself to check the court docket, but I personally was under the assumption that
Okay,
he
you're
was
good.
doing his job.
Mr. Zachary,
Yep.
did you not inform him of this order?
See, I did not have a time to inform him because if you look at the pictures of the, I'm getting at least a day between responses from Mr. Nolan, making it hard to communicate with him. I'm simply trying to get a time for the deposition, and he is taking upwards of 24 hours to respond to me, which is making it very difficult to get him in for a deposition, let alone inform him of the order.
And furthermore, Your Honor, Sergeant Nolan must have been aware of it for him to reference the deposition in the citizens' chat where we brought up that Mr. Hart knew about it from 3 o'clock.
Now, Your Honor, regardless if I knew about the case or not, there was nothing I could have done in the case.
No, but it
at
means
that
that
date,
Sergeant
I
Nolan
was
at this
not.
point knew about the unless order.
And how does that justify your point, Assistant District Attorney?
If Sergeant Nolan knew about the unless order, it was down to him to make himself available for a deposition, with or without his lawyer, as this is a civil trial, not criminal. He is not required to have counsel, which was clarified by when we finally did do the deposition. He did not have counsel, rather 2 union reps, one of LSPD and one of federal. I'm sure those 2 would have been free then. And again, Your Honor, we have been over the fact that they were available for at least 2 hours on average each day.
Yeah. Looking at all this, the unless order is going to stand because he had time.
What's going on?
Your Honor, if we look at the times the messages were sent, on average, it was later in the afternoon.
Officer, what's going on?
Headed up to the evening around 8 p.m. Now, like stated prior, everyone has stuff they need to do in their day.
Agreed.
Once again, as Sergeant Nolan stated, he was unaware of the unless order until a few days passed on where he had
Objection,
checked
Your
the
Honor. It's
docket
been
himself.
asked and answered.
But
We have been over
at the
this.
time, wouldn't it have been Zachary's duty to inform Sergeant Nolan? Wouldn't it have been his duty to inform Sergeant Nolan of the unless order 2 days before he was fired?